The true nature of our very being is to be in harmony. Welcome, friend, to the Center for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley. Mystic moments. Oh my gosh, we are all having so much fun with this process. I'm Reverend Jody Stevenson, the senior minister here, and I'm so glad you've joined us. In Mystic Moments, we talk about the everyday mystical experiences, and it just allows us to be even more aware of the divine, which is so delicious when we can do that. I thought today we would talk about something that's really quite fun for me to talk about, but it does have an evil kind of feel to it. I hesitated because, especially in New Thought, we don't like to focus on evil types of things. But here we are. So let's talk about the subject of evil. Lately, I've been hearing more and more people say, oh, that person is evil or this person is evil, depending on, it's not so much a religious focus, it's a political focus. Evil has its origins in the German language from the word Upalas. Upalas, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, which means bad, vicious, ill, or wicked. Another explanation of the origin of evil can be the need to gain power or control. You know, as a human being, we have an innate need to feel validated and to feel accepted. We all have that. Aggressiveness can be perceived as evil, although it's really not, along with malicious behavior. You know, malicious behavior is something or a behavior that hurts another human being. This is, Robert, I'm pausing. This need is so much that they have a need, whoever the evil person is, to hurt another person so that they can feel powerful. But a New Thought in the science of mind philosophy, our belief is that there is no such thing as evil. Dr. Ernest Holmes writes in his article, The Problem of Evil, evil will remain a problem as long as one believes in it. This may sound rather startling until one has taken the time to think the matter through to a conclusion. Evil of itself is neither person, place, thing, and it is only a certain use that we make of life. So evil itself doesn't exist. It's not a concrete, specific thing. Dr. Ernest Holmes goes on to say, we call that evil which we feel is wrong to do, which we feel is wrong to do. But our ideas of good and evil change with the unfoldment of our thought about it and belief in life. For what was thought to be good yesterday is today considered evil. And what yesterday was considered to be evil is today called good. Generally speaking, we may consider to be that which is destructive, or evil to be that which is destructive in its nature, and good to be that which is constructive. It's really a sense of perception. Evil will cease when we stop looking at it. It was never real anyway, says Dr. Ernest Holmes, but it is only a supposition, and a supposition is a statement that may or may not be true. Let us then turn to the path of light and look to the God within. It sounds so much like Ernest Holmes. But I got to tell you, evil, the word evil itself kind of has a creepy feeling to it. It's not creepy. It's just has a creepy feeling to it. So evil, the way I describe the sense of evil, if this is our center point, here we are, right in the center of our being. We feel peaceful, we feel joyful, we feel our oneness with all of life, we feel the potentiality of our dreams, we're happy, we're prosperous, we're healthy, we're right in the center of our lives. And as we move away from it, and we can all move away from it, and it's a dance, we're not just static, but it's a dance. We go back and forth and back and forth. But as we move away from it, the ramifications of evil is fear. So evil and fear are the same thing. Evil, which is one of the ultimate illusions, has a hold on us because of our fear. So when I was a little girl being raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota in the 50s, so interesting. We were taught of the possibility of the world being blown up, the real possibility, because the Russians were going to war with us and the earth was going to end. And we would practice diving under our tables at school, and we would, practice. We'd talk about what would happen if there was a big bomb and the Russians are coming. And again, this is not from a religious perspective, it's from a political perspective. So on May 18th, 1980, I am 30 years old, and I'm living in Seattle, Washington. At about 8 p.m. Sunday morning, 8 a.m., I climb back into bed. I'm going to sleep the morning away. And at 8:30 a.m., give or take a minute or two, I was bolted out of a deep sleep. Bolted. I jumped out of bed, stood up, and I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is it, because I heard a really loud, scary boom. The Russians have come. We are at war. This is it. Our lives are over. I'm only 30. They are attacking us. Oh my God, those evil people have arrived. At that moment, my husband walked in to our bedroom and he said, we are in the middle of making history. And I went, I know, the Russians have come, our lives are over. And he went, no, Mount St. Helens just blew. The volcano just blew. The top of the mountain just blew off. And that's what you heard. And he looked at me and he went, are you okay? I went, I thought it was a bomb. And he went, no, it's just Mount St. Helens blowing. Nature at her best. The Russians aren't attacking us. I thought, wow. I had that evil feeling all those years and I didn't even know it. Emmett Fox writes, to be afraid is to have more faith in evil than in God. So I just want to take a little detour right now and just mention that, yes, we are at war. And it is not the first, nor will it be the last. And some people are saying that the Russian people are evil. I want to state right now that is simply not true. The Russian people are wonderful, individualized expressions of the divine. There may be some leaders that need to strut their stuff and do destructive things, which we may call evil, but even that's not evil. So, evil defined. You all know me by now. I got to keep philosophy simple or I just don't understand it. My favorite understanding of the word evil is that it is literally live spelled backwards. Evil is live spelled backwards. So what does that mean? Well, it means that there are universal laws, natural, universal laws. They're no kidding laws. And when we follow them, we live in peace and joy and prosperity and love and harmony, which are all opposite of the word evil. In the science of mind philosophy, we believe in the omnipresence of the divine, everywhere present, the one indestructible, absolute, and self-extent cause. When we recognize that, we know that the divine is everywhere present, even if there's a perception of a condition of evil. We also believe in personal power, that we have the power to control our conditions through the power of our minds. We also believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness and eternal givingness of life. No matter what's going on, as awful as it looks, as evilish as it sounds and looks and acts and feels, on the other side of that sometimes horrific pain is the understanding of the mystery. And that's what we are being called to do. When we start to worry about the evil in the world, we are asked to go and be curious about the mystery of life, because we don't have all the answers right now. Ernest Holmes reminds us to turn completely away from every belief of evil and go and do good. The problem will thus be solved, and we shall realize that only good remains. He goes on to say, "Thou infinite indwelling God, within me, knowing no evil, teach me of thy ways, and in thy wisdom make me wise. Almighty God within me, direct me into the way of the all good." So in truth, there's no such thing as evil. It is a perception. It's a perception. When we know the truth, there is nothing to fear, and we can stay curious about the unfolding of the mystery. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I'm going to ask you to go out and feel that goodness within you, no matter what you hear on the news. And if the news keeps upsetting you, stop listening. No matter what's happening in your life, know that there's something good that's unfolding in you that is so precious, that is so opposite of evil, that you are centered in the truth of who you are. Thank you so much for joining us at the Center for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley. Please donate to us. There's many different ways you can do that. And please go out and love that special one in the mirror. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week.